Tonight's Xfinity TV High School Football Game of the Week postgame show is presented by the Pittsburgh Sports Report. That's Pittsburgh's premier sports publication. You can visit them on the web at pittsburghsportsreport.com. Well, in all sincerity, in all honesty, it wasn't much of a ball game tonight, except if you're a South Fayette fan. They just rolled over Beaver Falls 35-7. Chris Shovlin, Ellis Cannon, Charlie Batch back here at Montour tonight. And South Fayette just rolled. I mean, let's face it, they're a machine.
Yeah, they are, and that's exactly what the head coach, Matzok, said about them. And it'll be interesting about how he characterized them as kryptonite to the Midwestern. And, of course, next week they get Aliquippa. We'll find out if that's going to be the case. But all their keys came true. All the keys that Falls needed didn't come true, and that usually results in a blowout, and that's what we got.
Charlie, you were a quarterback. You have to admire this offense that they run.
You do. I mean, they spread the football out. You can see Brumball, gets everybody involved. And when they get up on people, they are very tough to defend, and they've been able to play from ahead for a lot this season, and it was just exciting to see them today.
Of course, they get to the title game. We'll find out how good they are, how good Aliquippa is. Aliquippa is up huge in their game with Beaver over at Ambridge tonight. And it'll be an interesting event next week down on the North Shore. Brett Brumbaugh is with us right now, our PSR player of the game. Brett, before we talk about the game here tonight, let's talk about your thoughts getting to Heinz Field next week as it starts settling in that you've earned a trip to the WPIL championship game.
Oh, it's great. I mean, it's just a great experience. I was down there when my brother won it all. I was ball boy on that field, so ever since then I wanted to get back. And, me and my best friend, it was our birthdays yesterday. My birthday yesterday, his birthday today, so it couldn't have been a better birthday present.
You had 16 of 25, 248 yards, a couple of touchdown passes, and one running. But they didn't always make it easy on you. It seemed like you guys had to work maybe a little bit harder. I suspect at one level there's frustration there. On another, you expect that, and that makes it better maybe going into next week. Yeah, we really didn't get too frustrated at all. We knew they were a very good team, defensively especially, and we knew we're not going to score every possession, even though that's our goal. But we played through that, and we found openings when we got them, and we capitalized on them.
Brett, Charlie Batch here. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I know you're excited. I know this is exactly what you expected heading into this game. Talk a little bit about your offensive line up front because they kept you clean the majority of the game.
Oh yeah, they're definitely one of the best offensive lines in the whip yard. They don't get near enough credit that they deserve. I mean, one sack today? I mean, that's like maybe 2 or 3 all season, and they just do a great job. And they're so conditioned and so disciplined. And I can't thank them enough. You also mentioned earlier that when it works well, and it's worked well all season long, the defense gets off the field and the offense scores points, and that's exactly what happened to make it 21-0. The change of possession on downs, and then bang, you go for the kill. Talk about that sequence. Yeah, I mean, our defense has been tremendous all year, and once they got that stop on the downs, we knew we had to step on their throats and put this game away right away, and that's what we did. Once we get opportunities like that, we got to capitalize on them and take advantage of them.
Hey, and I was sitting up here saying when you scored that quarterback sneak, I knew that your night was over, and I knew you were excited the way you were celebrating.
Definitely, yeah. I knew after that we punched our ticket to Heinz, and now we got to go there and get the job done.
All right, that ticket has been punched, Brett. Good luck to you next week.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Our Pittsburgh Sports Report player of the game, Brett Brumbaugh, the quarterback of the South Fayette Lions. Big winners tonight, 35-7 over Beaver Falls here in this semifinal matchup. Charlie, you've been there before. You know what it feels like walking into that stadium for that championship game. And you were the quarterback at Steel Valley, just like Brett's the quarterback here at South Fayette. Take us back to that time when you did that.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that really is exciting because I see it when I look on this field today. There's emotion on both sides because I've been on one side where we lost to Riverside my senior year, didn't have a chance to go down to the Three River Stadium at that time, but then being part of that championship football team. I mean, when you go down and we played a tough Freeport team, we were able to seal the victory at the end of that ball game. And when you're champions and when you're celebrating at the end of it, man, there's no better feeling.
Yeah, absolutely. It could be South Fayette next week. Joe Rossi, the head coach of the Lions, with us here tonight. Joe, very precision-like victory here tonight. That's what we expect when we see the club that you coach, and you get them back to Heinz Field again.
Yeah, I mean, it's, that's 1 year ago tonight. That was a tough loss. You get to the semis, and when you get to the pinnacle of getting to Heinz Field and being a Whitfield kid growing up and coaching in the WPIL, you want to just get down there. Whether it's Three Rivers, with Charlie was there, or when we were at Heinz Field. So just to give the kids in the community the opportunity to get down there and face AA football goes through Aliquippa, and we know that, and we'll be excited to present a good challenge to them.
Coach, you said before the game to me, look, we've got to make Beaver Falls drive the ball. We've got to be able to tackle, which you obviously were able to do with success. And I mentioned to you the idea that maybe a template was set last year by Washington in the game you referenced, in which they really held the ball, they kept your offense on the field, and they were able to keep their offense. You mentioned the number of plays was doubled in favor of Washington last year. Did you guys come out with a mindset of trying to get up on top early to take that out of the equation?
Well, I mean, you know, a lot of football teams, they want to, keep our offense off the field and grind us out a little bit, and Wash High did a great job of that last year. And like I said, 84 plays to 42, right. So it was just we just couldn't keep our offense on the field, and had some opportunities, and I was proud of our defensive effort. The kids stopping the run. I mean, these guys, tremendous running backs, Division I talent all over the place, and for us to play the defensive game we played was tremendous.
And I know you referenced that game last year, Coach, but did you use that as a teaching reference for that feeling that you had last year and using that for motivation heading into this year?
Oh, when you're dealing with high school kids, man, it's all about motivation, and it's all about, drawing back on emotions, and that emotion walking off that field. For those seniors that left last year, that's tough. They didn't have that opportunity. But for these kids to have the opportunity to forget about that walk-off last year and now make it happen is just tremendous. And, to give them the opportunity to go into next week, we're excited. We referenced it right in the beginning of the game and said, remember that feeling, and, use that as motivation.
Coach, I have to say that you often mention about your defense is 11 guys, no one standout, everybody get to the ball. It seems to me there's always a guy around the ball. There's always a different player around the ball. You guys gave up less than a touchdown a game. The defense is overshadowed. Talk for a second about what they did tonight and what they really have done to put you in this position.
It's just all about, responsibilities and keys, and the kids just trust their keys. I tell them, don't be a hero. Don't try to do something outstanding. You don't need to in this defense. You just trust your keys, and when they do that, then, they're unstoppable. I tell them all the time. It's a kid that wants to do something special and gets out of position that they are able to make plays on. So they trusted their keys. We saw it all week. I saw it in their eye, and I looked at the staff yesterday, and I said, we're going to punch our ticket to Hines tomorrow night. So.
Joe, I have one more very, very important question. We haven't seen you for 6 or 7 weeks. What's with the beard? I mean, is this a playoff beard? Is this a take on the hockey playoffs, or what is it?
I'm the least hockey fan there is, I think, in Pittsburgh, but I love the tradition of the beard. In 2010, I didn't do it, and we made it all the way to Hershey, and last couple years the kids have asked, and knowing that my beard will get pretty long. So my wife doesn't like it, but I don't care. So
not quite like Brett Kiesel, but he's getting it.
Yeah, but he started it yesterday morning.
Joe, congratulations. Best wishes next week.
Man. Thanks for having us.
All right, Joe Rossi, the head coach of the South Fayette Lions. His team is headed off to Heinz Field for the WPIAL title game. I have to tell you, folks, it's been a pleasure working with Ellis Cannon. Again, he and I kid each other all the time because we literally grew up a couple of blocks apart of each other. Maybe a few years difference, but he's a little older than I am.
Yeah.
I mean, no, in all seriousness. But in all sincerity also, it's been an honor and a pleasure having Charlie Batch here with us during the playoffs here on Xfinity TV, and we hope we can do it again next season. We wish you best wishes with the best of the Batch Foundation.
I appreciate it. I look forward to it, and I know it's going to be exciting.
And by the way, did I mention that Charlie's going to be the guest on my radio show on Sunday morning?
I hope
if I didn't
so.
mention it, he did.
Yeah. You know what? The one thing about Charlie is I keep thinking about him playing that championship game on what was it? You said Three Rivers?
Three Rivers,
that was basically green AstroTurf. That was like somebody's patio rug on top of marble. I mean, that wasn't a pleasant experience to play football on.
Back then, it was trying to get down there to see the new turf.
Yeah.
Now that I was professional and it made it to the NFL, I'm like, get off of the turf. We want the grass.
No question. We want to thank you, our faithful viewers, for watching each and every week here on Xfinity TV On Demand. Again, with Charlie Batch, Ellis Cannon, I'm Chris Shovlin. We want to thank our entire crew, Katie Lightholder down on the field. Of course, everybody out in the truck, on the cameras, pulling cables and doing all the great work to give you these great pictures and these fun games to call. Once again, the final tonight, 35-7. South Fayette wins it over Beaver Falls, and the Lions will head to Heinz Field next week.